Well, good day, subscribers. Hope you guys are having a great day out there. As always, welcome into the new holiday. I call it National Warren Buffett Day. Earlier today, I did a video about why Warren Buffett is really holding so much cash right now. And now on the main channel, I thought I would share with you guys the top 10 biggest stock market investments Warren Buffett has right now in the stock market, guys. I hope you enjoy this as well. Always make sure you smash that thumbs up button. Now, if you're wondering who is the Warren Buffett, he's one of the richest people in the world. By the way, he's given away a lot of money already during the course of his life, so his net worth would actually be well over $100 billion if he never gave away that money. But still, he's the third richest person in the world. As of right now, only behind Mr. Bill Gates and only behind Jeff Bezos. He got his companies up and running in the 1950s, and he's regarded as one of the best investors in the history of the world and one of the top business people. And when I kind of think about like who are my business legends I looked up to, who's an investing legend, like right at the top of the list is Warren Buffett. I look up to him a lot on as far as his investment principles and just like what he's done in business in general. Now, something very important to just kind of pay attention to, whenever you hear about Warren Buffett's company, which is called Berkshire Hathaway, whenever you hear about like some of their biggest investments or some of their newest investments and things like that, it's not just Warren Buffett running the money anymore. He has two other guys that also can invest billions of dollars. One's named Todd, one is named Ted, and both of those gentlemen are able to like invest billions of dollars out there. So if you ever see a move that's like, wow, Warren Buffett really bought that stock, sometimes it's not honestly Warren Buffett buying it. It might be Todd or Ted, but I can guarantee you most of these biggest positions have been bought by Warren Buffett because many of these positions are tens of billions of dollars. So really that type of capital is being deployed by Warren Buffett. Okay, sometimes the smaller positions at Berkshire are more like Todd and Ted positions, something that might only be like a few $100 million or only like a few $1 billion. Some of those might be Todd and Ted, but a lot of these are actual Warren Buffett picks, guys. So let me know what you think about these Warren Buffett stocks. If you think these are good stocks, bad stocks, and I want to hear your guys' perspective in that comment section as always. Okay, let's start getting into this, guys. So coming in at number 10 is a company named the Bank of New York Mellon Corporation. An actual pretty small market cap for a company Warren Buffett's invested in, okay? $41 billion, which is still huge, but for a Warren Buffett company, it's actually pretty small. Trailing PE on this one is about 6.5. The Bank of New York Mellon Corporation provides a range of financial products and services to institutions, corporations, and high net worth individuals in the United States and internationally. So that's a bank that's much more focused on institutions, corporations, and like high net worth individuals. So it's not like a Wells Fargo or a Bank of America that's really going after like average consumers or something like that. They're really only going after high net worth individuals and like big companies and things like that, guys. So that's their 10th biggest investment. Coming in at number 9 is a company named Moody's Corporation, ticker symbol MCO. You've probably heard about Moody's Corporation at some point in time, even if you don't know exactly what they do. Once again, one of the smaller companies he's invested in. A $37 billion market cap on this one. Kind of a high trailing P and forward P for a Warren Buffett company, 29 on the trailing P. And then we have a 22 on the forward P on this one. Moody's Corporation provides credit ratings and credit capital markets and economic research, data, and analytical tools worldwide. Okay, so if you ever heard of that, like, oh, this company has a credit rating of blah, 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 or oh, this company over here, their bonds are rated, triple B or something like that, okay? If you ever heard like those type of terms, a lot of that comes out of the credit agencies, which Moody's is one of the biggest, okay? So if you ever hear something like, oh, that company's credit is rated triple A, okay, that means basically it's really, really good. And Fitch is one of the other big credit rating agencies out there, okay, guys? So if you ever hear terms like that, a lot of that comes out of Moody's Corporation, okay? Coming in at number 8 for the number 8 biggest investment is JP Morgan Chase. Ticker symbol JPM. This is somewhat of a new addition for Warren Buffett, as just a few years ago, I believe he didn't have any position in JP Morgan Chase. An absolutely massive market cap on this one, $357 billion. Trailing P on this one of under 12, and a forward P on this one of about 10.38. Price to book value on this one of about 1.5. JP Morgan Chase at the end of the day is a massive bank, okay? You guys probably know, if you live in the United States, you probably know Chase Bank. There's like one on every freaking corner, guys. So you might actually even be a customer at Chase Bank. They're pretty much one of the biggest in the entire world, okay? Coming in at number 7, oh my goodness. You mean to tell me another bank is on the list? Okay, this one's US Bank Corp. Ticker symbol USB. Market cap on this one of over $83 billion. Trailing P on this one of about 12.5. Forward P on about 11.5. Price to book on this one's a little higher than JP Morgan Chase. This one comes in at about 1.8. US Bank Corp is a financial services holding company providing various financial services in the United States. And we're starting to get an idea, oh, Buffett might like the banks, okay? We've had many banks already on this list, all right? Coming in at number 6 is a company that has gone through a lot of trouble recently. I mean, a lot of trouble. A lot of bad numbers out of this company, and the stock has been hurt dramatically, okay? And that is the Kraft Heinz company, ticker symbol KHC. This market cap's down to $37 billion. It has gotten really, really low, okay? 4P on this one about 10.6. If you don't know Kraft Heinz, they own a ton of super popular brands, okay? Obviously the Kraft brand, Oscar Mayer, Heinz ketchup, as many of you guys know, Philadelphia cream cheese, Lunchables, I mean Planters peanuts, Maxwell House coffee, Capri Sun, I mean you guys probably know a ton of these brands. They've gone through a lot of issues recently, especially in terms of their balance sheet and some of their debt numbers and things like that. So we'll have to see if they can get back on track, and there's obviously the big move, like doing more and more online shopping. We're gonna have to see how Kraft Heinz handles that, obviously, so it should be very interesting. And obviously consumers' tastes have changed over time, and some of Kraft Heinz products are not as relevant as it might have been when I was a kid, let's say, for instance, okay? So that's their 6th biggest investment. Coming in at their 5th biggest investment is American Express company, ticker symbol AXP. This one has a market cap on it of over $104 billion, trailing P of 15.9, and a forward P under 14 on this company. American Express company, together with its subsidiaries, provides charge and credit payment cards, products, and travel-related services to consumers and businesses worldwide. You guys probably know American Express credit cards. You might even have an American Express credit card. There's a picture of some of them there. And holy smokers, I just want to look at their interest rate. 27.5% on the Platinum card. Holy smokes, guys. That makes me think I want to start a credit card business. Like, forget investing in stocks and trying to get 20 or 30% per year. That's really hard. I just want to start a credit card business so I can charge like 27% interest rates. Like, that sounds really, really fun, okay? All right, guys, let's get into this next one. Number 4, biggest investment for Warren Buffett is one he's had for a long time. This is one of his longest investments, and that is the Coca-Cola company, ticker symbol KO. Market cap on this one's over $200 billion. Trailing P on this one is 32. Forward P on this one is about 22.5. Price to sales ratio on Coca-Cola is about 6.7 at the moment. Coca-Cola, do I have to read you off all the brands they own? I mean, you guys probably know Coca-Cola very well. They own a massive amount of some of the most popular drinks in the entire world, and they also have ownership stakes in a ton of the most popular products in the entire world, okay? As I mentioned, Warren Buffett has been heavily investing in Coca-Cola since literally the 1980s. It's one of his largest holdings and one of his longest holdings he's had in the stock market for a long, long time. And needless to say, he's done very, very well in that position, not just in terms of how much money he's made from the stock price going up over the last few decades, but also in terms of the amount of dividend money he's collected over the past few decades. Like, it's absolutely insane, guys. So needless to say, Coca-Cola investment has paid off in a huge way for Warren Buffett, all right? Coming in at number 3, biggest investment for Warren Buffett is, oh my gosh, you don't tell me, Wells Fargo company, ticker symbol WFC. Market cap on this one is $206 billion. Trailing P on this one is 10. Forward P on Wells Fargo is actually under 9. We know if Wells Fargo's had a dramatic past few years. They've gone through a lot of drama, a lot of negativity in the media and whatnot over some decisions that have been made by upper management with that company, all right? And Wells Fargo, at the end of the day, is a diversified financial services company, provides retail, commercial, and corporate banking services to individuals, businesses, and institutions. Wow, another United States related bank. Oh my gosh, who would have known? And oh my gosh, coming in at number 2 is another United States bank known as Bank of America, ticker symbol BAC. Okay, market cap on this one of $270 billion, trailing P on this one of 10.5, forward P of 9. Price to book on this one is actually one of the lowest I could find in the entire banking sector. Price to book on this one of 1.11, very low. And once again, Bank of America, another bank, okay? So here we go, guys. Before we get into number 1, we got to ask ourselves, why are so many banks on this list? Why is Warren Buffett so addicted to like investing in United States related banks? All of those banks are United States focused for the most part, right? Not like a bunch of European banks or China banks or something like that. Why United States related banks? Why so many of them are his biggest positions? It's a question we got to ask ourselves, okay? There are 4 reasons, in my opinion, why Warren Buffett chooses to invest in so many United States banks. 1, banks are huge. They're easy to buy and sell. As we saw there, all those banks have market caps in the tens of billions of dollars or hundreds of billions of dollars, which means if you're Buffett and you're buying in for billions of dollars at a time or tens of billions, it's really easy to do so. And whenever you want to sell out of the position, it's really easy just because it's so much market cap. There's so much trading volume in names like that. Number two reason is Warren Buffett is a huge believer in the US economy and how well the US economy will do over time. And banks are basically a direct bet on the United States economy over time. If the United States economy does good over the next 50 years, guess what? The US banking sector over the next 50 years will probably do good as well, okay? Reason number three is banks pay dividends. Although banks do have to get approval from the government on how much they can pay in dividends and things like that, they pretty much all pay dividends, and we know Warren Buffett loves dividend paying stocks, and as long as banks' earnings keep going up over time, they'll be able to increase their dividends over time, which means he'll make more and more money, okay? That's reason number three. And reason number four is banks are pretty much backed by the US government, which means Warren Buffett kind of looks at that and thinks that's pretty easy money, right? Would the US government really let JP Morgan Chase fail? Would the US government really let Wells Fargo fail? No. They proved in the financial crisis that if banks really got in trouble and it was a big enough bank, they'll go ahead and step in and save that bank, because maybe that could lead us down to like having an actual like economy that instead of a recession, it's actually like a depression, like what happened in the 1930s, right? So when you're looking at the banking sector and you're looking from a risk reward standpoint, yeah, there might not be huge reward in those banks, but more than likely the stock values will go up over time. More than likely the dividend payments will go up over time. And if you're thinking about a risk, there's not as much risk as you really think, because it's backed pretty much by the government, and most of these big institutions, they literally won't let them fail no matter what. So from that standpoint, it makes sense why Warren Buffett, many of those stocks that are on the list, which number one, by the way, is not a bank, but most of the stocks on the list are banks. And it all starts making sense when you start putting these things together, guys. By the way, number one biggest investment for Warren Buffett is Apple Corporation. And this one's really amazing for two reasons that we'll get into here in just a second, okay? Market cap on this one over $900 billion, which by the way, it would be well over $1 trillion if they hadn't been buying back so much stock over the past few years and taking so many shares off the market. Trailing P on this one about 16.6, forward P on about 15.5. And obviously Apple pays dividends. And I mean, if you don't know Apple, like you must hide under a rock. They have this slightly popular product. It's called the iPhone, and things like iPads and Macs and AirPods and Apple Watch and Apple TV and all those sorts of things, okay? So this is amazing for two reasons. One is it's a tech-related company, and we know Warren Buffett hardly ever invests in tech-related companies. So the fact that a tech-related company is the number one biggest investment, it's pretty crazy, right? And not only that, number two, this was a position Warren Buffett just started buying in 2016. So the fact that he built into the number one biggest position at the company really speaks volumes to how Warren Buffett believes Apple will do over time, because he rarely ever invests in tech companies, and to build that big of a position in that quick of an amount of time is absolutely amazing, guys. So anyways, I want to hear your opinion on any of these stocks discussed in today's. So anyways, I want to hear your guys' opinion on any of the stocks we discussed in today's video. Do you guys own any of these stocks? Do you not like any of these stocks? Do you think any of these stocks will do bad or good over time? I would love to hear from you guys in that comment section. As always, make sure you smash that thumbs up button, and make sure you check out the other video on financial education too, on why Warren Buffett is holding so much cash right now, okay? Make sure you guys check out that video. Thank you for watching and have a great day.